Okay, you might want to sit down for this one. Check this article out. It's the headline is, "These congressmen want to tear down the wall between church and state." And let's read this paragraph, just this one here. It says, "In recent years, Americans have grown increasingly skeptical of the role of religion in politics. According to the Pew Research Center, the share of Americans saying there is too much expression of faith and prayer by politicians crept up from 12% in 2001 to 38% in 2012, enough for a plurality. Most now say that churches should keep out of political matters, and a majority agree that religious conservatives have too much control over the GOP, which is obvious." So, now, those of us that are students of prophecy, we know that in order to enforce the mark of the beast, they're going to need the ability to pass religious law in D.C. This reality, by the way, flies in the face of scoffers that claim Sunday laws or religious laws are impossible, and the mark of the beast is actually a tattoo or a chip implant. But, again, students of prophecy have been stating all along that the mark will be a religious law. That being the case, if we were wrong about this and it wasn't a religious law, then why are they doing exactly as prophecy says they would? If it's just a tattoo or just an implant, no religious law would be necessary. But if it's like the Bible predicts, wherein the beast in Rome will demand religious obedience or worship, as Scripture defines it, then our congressmen will have to join forces with Rome in pushing forward with a joining of church and state, or creating an image of the beast, rather than allowing for the biblical standard of separation of church and state. Well, if you've ever seen my 501c3 page on the website, or the image of the beast being created, all the Protestant churches, including the Seventh-day Adventist Church, have already done this. So it's already handled. The churches have already joined with the state. But now the congressmen, now that they know all the churches have done this, are jumping forward. And you might want to take a look at this. Look at this chart. It's pretty neat the way they get it all set up to where you can check and see which congressman is for this and which ones are against this. The legend here shows the darker the color, the more opposition the congressman will push in order to keep a separation of church and state, as the Bible dictates. It says here with the legend, higher scores indicate more support for church and state separation. Look at the chart. The overwhelming majority of the congressmen in the United States of America, they're on board with Rome. So, again I ask, if it's not as prophecy states, which is Rome will seek to pass Sunday laws so as to assure billions break God's law and join with the enemy of souls in denying Jesus Christ as creator, then why are they doing exactly as the prophecy predicted? The leaders in the nation are joining with the church, or demanding a joining of the church. They've already got it with the churches. The churches have already created an image of the beast. If you want some information on that, just go to remedyGod.org, go to the prophecy section, go to prophecy of today, go down to 501c3. As of March 7, 2006, if your church has a 501c3, your pastor in your church or ministry is considered an official government agent with the ability to lobby law. So you might want to check out this page or the video. It's actually on video now too. So, to further confirm this as fact, I have a few quotes here you might want to take a look at for those that don't think Sunday laws are in the future. Look what the Vatican says here. All right. This first quote says, "Of course, the Catholic Church claims that the change of Saturday Sabbath to Sunday Sabbath was her act, and the act is a mark of her ecclesiastical authority in religious things." All right. And then here it says, "Sunday is our mark of authority. The church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact." Now, why would they say they're above the Bible? Well, look around. The overwhelming majority of the Protestants out there that claim to be Bible thumpers, if you will, keep Sunday holy. And so the Vatican, who are the ones that actually changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday, and they even state as such in their book, Rome's Challenge to Protestants, they admit it. They even admit there isn't a single Bible verse from Genesis to Revelation that says the Sabbath was changed by God. They say it's by their own authority. And that's why they say they are above the Bible, because all the Protestant churches are doing what Rome says and not what their own Bibles say. Now, check this out. Pope John Paul II, soon to be canonized as a saint, stated this in 1998 in his Dies Domini. He said, Christians will naturally strive to ensure that civil legislation respects their duty to keep Sunday holy. And you might want to go to this section on the Words of a Beast page. This, by the way, this page here is my Mark of the Beast page. It's in the warning section of the website and the prophecy section too, as is the Words of the Beast page. It's in the prophecy section as well as the Antichrist section. But notice these statements from the Vatican. It says, this organization proposes in every possible way to aid in preserving Sunday as a civil institution. Our national security requires the active support of all good citizens in the maintenance of our American Sabbath. Sunday laws must be enforced. And they said that back in 1913, even before the wound was being healed. And then there's quite a few quotes here in regards to them saying this, talking about Sunday laws. And so, again, I have to ask the scoffer, if it's not about religious law, why are the congressmen seeking to remove separation of church and state? And you could see them all right there. And why are all the churches already joining with the state? In order to get a 501c3 tax-free ID number, you have to incorporate. And to incorporate means to join your ministry or your church with the state of origin. The Vatican is a church and state. It's not just the Roman Catholic Church. It's also a sovereign state called Vatican City. And so the Protestant churches were prophesied to actually create an image to that beast. And then the image would be given life. And that happened March 7th, 2006, when they got the ability to lobby law. Are you in a church that has a 501c3? You're in Babylon. It's just that simple. I hope and pray you're blessed by what was shared here. And please share it with as many as possible. Thank you for watching. God bless.